Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker with the not fancy microphone. You see everyone else with their microphones clipped to lots of things. Mine is a bullet casing and it still has a wire. We're old school around here. Anyway, what we're talking about today is track plans for the Z900RS, because I did mention that was one of the things that I wanted to do. And we were nearly there. I nearly went to a track day, but failed at a hurdle. So you can pretty much bring most bikes to the track here, as you can in Ireland. However, there are some slight different rules here because it's not Europe. So I do have to completely tape stuff up, and they also make you unplug your lights here. None of this, by the way, is why I didn't get to the one that was on like 2 days ago during the weekend. It was actually this guy right here, my HJC. Now I don't actually know which way this is supposed to be facing. I'm currently investigating whether I can use this helmet, and because if I can, it would make my life a lot easier, but we'll see. But we'll get into that in 2 seconds. First, I want to cover why the lights in here are so bad. And stuff like this is why the lights are so bad. I keep having to spend money on other things that aren't lights. But anyway, the bike was ready to go. I was quite happy with it. It does need brake pads, but that could have been solved pretty quickly. I could have done it trackside if I had to. Tires are good, brake fluid is good, chain is good, sprockets are good, etc. And we'll go through how I check all of that in a video soon. We actually did try to record one tonight, but the light in here is too crap, so I put it in the bin, as Marty from MCM once said. I'll see, can I steal that clip and stick it there. The HJC. So if you look at the back of this helmet, you'll see that it is ECE approved. That's 2205. British Motorsport and TUV, etc. Okay. Now over here, the Amerikanskis still use a very old, what would you call it? What's the word? Like a, it's not qualification, certification. The Americans use a really old certification called DOT. And essentially it means that a helmet has to be helmet shaped. I'm over exaggerating, it's not that bad, but it's also not quite as good as ECE from what I can read. Again, not that ECE is the be all end all, it's just more better. This helmet is perfectly safe. It's a HJC Orsa 11. I did reach out to HJC to see could I get like a DOT sticker or anything if they were actually qualified the same, but they're not. The American version is slightly different, according to HJC, and that is why I couldn't go to the track day. As part of the tech inspection that Evolve GT do, one of the things which is I completely agree with is to check the certification of your helmet, it being DOT. So that's why the Z900RS is sitting here, not yet thrashed around a track. It seems pretty pleased with itself. It also has gotten about 20 layers of Chemical Brothers wax to protect it from the beating sunlight that it has to park in while I'm in work over here. But yeah, that's kind of the track plan. What I also do want to do is, this is the more interesting, entertaining things that we're planning. I'm going to ride it as stock as I can. Now, to the best of my knowledge, and also by the throttle feel, this bike has not been tuned in any way, shape or form. It has the OEM headers, it has the OEM bread box, the horrible chunk of metal that sits in so many modern bikes now. And it has the OEM Akrapovic, I think that's how you say it, I don't know. Akrapovic, I saw the video, whoever linked that on, thank you. It has that OEM Akrapovic slip-on, essentially. So it is completely stock power, other than the bars. Now I put on the bars because they're more comfortable for me, so they're staying. I want to do brake lines on this, HEL braided brake lines. I want to give it a tune, as they say in America, a tune, as we say in Ireland. I want to put the Akrapovic headers on there, and probably an Ivan's performance tune, K&N air filter, all that good stuff. But first I do want to take it to the track and do kind of like, I just think it'd be interesting to do like a stock run. Like, this is how fast I can go with this bike stock, using the stock suspension, stock tune, stock essentially everything, and see how we run. I will probably throw in double H brake pads because I'm not going to buy 2 sets of brake pads just to test them, and these ones are kind of cooked, so I don't want to use them. But that's kind of my plan, is bring it as stock as I can, you know, with the like double H pads and slightly different bars, but I don't think that'll affect the performance much. And essentially OEM tires, they are just stock street tires, and then from there start to step up in iterative phases while going to the same track and seeing how much better I can get, how much better the bike feels over the course of a year or two, because I'm not rich, so I'm not going to be able to do that all at once. The headers alone are like $700 hairs, and then it's $450 hairs for the tune, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I mean, aesthetically I love the bike how it is, so I don't really want to do many aesthetic changes other than clean up the scratched cover, which I've mentioned in the past, and probably put on a grab rail on the back. Other than that, obviously my touring bike is right here, Stromboli. Also who gets ridden lots in and out to work. Stromboli just passed 15,000 miles. She's a wonderful piece of food, apparently. I don't know why I picked Stromboli. It's not really a bike name, but there you go. So I will hopefully be getting cases at some point for Stromboli. Again, it's just a matter of spending priorities, which adult things came first. But at some point we'll get this set up for touring and tour, and we'll get this set up the way I want to on track. But this is going to be a longer term project, because the chances of me selling a Z900RS now that I actually have one are pretty slim. And that's kind of it. So let me know what you think about those plans. Let me know what you think about the helmet not being allowed here. It is legal for road use, by the way, because it's kind of like people who come here as tourists and have, you know, ECE certified helmets. I did actually check that, so I'm good there, especially since I'm pretty certain that one is covered under Snell, but it doesn't have a Snell sticker, so I also can't use it on track under the Snell ratings. If anyone knows a workaround, let me know. And no, I don't think buying a DOT sticker on eBay is the right way to do it. I know that would work, as some people have suggested, and I do appreciate those suggestions, but if I crashed and then for some reason my health insurance or something didn't cover me, it's not worth the risk, so I will have to get one. And then, as a bonus bite, some people have asked about the CB750, and the good news is the person who is the reason I'm not doing much changes on that is standing right behind that camera, holding it, in fact, with her paws. Give a little fingery wave there. There she is. That's her. Some people are like, hey, why don't you ride the CB750? And there's a few reasons. Number one, because I have Stromboli and now I have this. And that's kind of the main reason. But also because this doesn't fit me that well. And if it wasn't for Toaster, I would have probably, well, cleaned it up as best I have cleaned it up, and either A, sold it, or B, done a front end swap on it, put a taller seat on it, done the exhausts, and done other kind of crazy stuff to it, which I'm not saying I'll never do. If Toaster ever decides that she wants to do a different bike or whatever else, or doesn't really like this style anymore, then how much value I have in that, it would be worth doing a project on. And that's probably the eventual plan, is to put like a flat seat on there that fits me better, change the front end to something more racy, and send that around the track too. Why not, you know? But that's why I haven't been riding that one, because it's not really my bike. So I'll use it every now and again to keep running. Other than that, Toaster's going to have to do some big spins on it at some point. So that's hopefully the questions answered for the CB. It will be featuring on the channel more when we actually get time to do spins. That has been not really a thing lately, unfortunately, but we'll organize something soon. And yeah, if you have any questions around the helmet, the plans on the bike, anything like that, please do let me know down in the comments. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. As always, a very special thank you to all of my patrons. I do appreciate the support and patience with my intermittent schedule at the moment. There is a video coming on that too. No, it's not because I've lost interest in YouTube or anything like that. It's actually more that I have too much interest in YouTube and I refuse to put out videos that I myself think are kind of crap. I've put at least 5 in the bin in the last couple of weeks, but it is what it is. I don't want to put out turds. I'd rather not make a video. So yeah, until next time, again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Adios. Outro crew. Toaster has said she doesn't mind if we reveal her name. Is it time? I mean, faces are being made, so maybe it's not time yet. I get abused over toaster, as some of you might know. It's not me. I would quite happily call a toaster by your actual name, which is Francois, by the way. I'm sorry, I told everyone. Yeah, so Francois is going to be pissed off now. Francois James Charizard III is Toaster's full name. Now you all know. Bye, outro crew.